I know this video is quite extreme and hypothetical, however, I would like to push beyond the current stream of Hakuouki discussions and enter into a new stream where radical discussions are being discussed. I chose Hajime as the character for this what-if video because it intrigued me. Envisioning Hajime as evil is very difficult. He is by no means pure and perfect. Though, he does have a soft side and thinks within reason for his actions. While everyone is emotional and erratic, he is calm and reasonable. To see Hajime turn to the other side and act in a cruel, incorrect way would be a shocker, leaving me and many fans, I'd assume, in complete shock. So, let's begin with this video. What if Hajime Saito was evil? In an imaginary world, Hajime Saito is the opposite of who we are familiar with. Instead of his kind, calm, quiet, and well-intended nature, we are exposed to someone who is vicious, vile, arrogant, and, perhaps, even psychopathic. Hajime, if evil, would kill ruthlessly and use his power and skills to stop anyone in his path. Though, what would make him so dangerous is his silence. How can someone be prepared or analyze a person who is silent and moves in a silent fashion? This makes him more unpredictable, which renders him into a dangerous opponent for anyone. I don't think we have ever seen Hajime go 100% as oftentimes he is holding back. But an evil Hajime who is cruel would be more than happy to go 100%. He would never stop to think if he should bring it down a notch. Hajime likes to get the job done. He is not one to play games or take it easy on his opponents. This would make for an interesting battle among other members of the Shinsengumi. Former comrades though they may be, he would end them if it came down to it. Hajime then would have ulterior motives than that of his samurai pride and fulfilling his obligations with the Shinsengumi, which is so clearly shown in the movies and anime. What would his motives be? This was rather a difficult idea to think through. My best guess would be to see who could be his match in terms of swordsmanship ability, as this would cause him to travel across the East and, potentially, the West to find a worthy adversary. This I think would make for a great motive, because then he would intervene in the affairs of clans for the East and the West, because he would want to see who the best opponents are for him to challenge. And, obviously, these clans are in search of the best samurai to have among their group, as that would lead to a better reputation and more domination. An evil Hajime would make his way into these clans and pick apart the members one by one until he has found his match. Now, how would Hajime become evil? Kodo is an interesting case because he wanted revenge for his clan, but also psychopaths like him are driven to be mad from the start. I am only guessing when I say this, but Hajime would either become evil through supernatural intervention, such as a version of the water of life going bad, or, perhaps, something similar to the water of life, but its only purpose is to make people evil. Then finally it would be something like some trauma or some event, which brands Hajime emotionally so much that he has developed a cynical view of the world. Hajime's personality and his skill sets would then sway him in the direction of bad than good in this instance. However, I think Hajime's composure and level-headedness would remain. He would not act like a fury does, that is pure emotions and no composure. For an evil Hajime, it would not make sense for him to be too irrational or too unwise. Why? The simple answer is because it departs from his personality. In a sense, Hajime is beyond that. He has a higher level of awareness of himself and the situations he is in than most. This is partially one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, because it would make for such an interesting idea to talk about. To conclude this video, I am going to speak about how things would end for an evil Hajime. Most likely Hajime gets what he wants and doesn't cross the line, which inevitably comes back to haunt him. What I mean by that is, unlike Kodo, Hajime has a limit. He understands when enough is enough and doesn't go down such an extreme path which leads to his demise as it did for Kodo. This is the video for today, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. What do you think an evil Hajime would be like? Feel free to comment that down below in the comment section. And, as always, have a great day and subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more Hakuouki related videos.